And I went to go see him again because I just really need to see his face. I just really needed just to be close to him. And when I got back into the room, my nurse was like, "You're leaking," and I'm like, "I'm what?" And she's like, "You leaking? You is leaking?" And then like, she called the lactation nurse in, and she like helped me put the pumps on me. And I tell you, girl, I was pumping. The milk was just coming out, and I felt happy about that because I was just like, oh my god, like, you know, they say sometimes people say like their milk don't come in right away. My milk came in like instantly, and like it was like really like a, not a dark yellow, but it was colostrum coming out, but then it started turning into a lighter whiter color, and it was just like my natural, you know, my milk. And she's like, oh my god, you're doing so good. And I pumped, like, I didn't understand what was an ounce to milliliters and stuff like that. Now I understand it, of course, because I'm pumping now. But she was like, oh my god, you got 2 ounces. And I'm like, is that good or bad? She was like, that's amazing. You got 2 whole ounces of milk. And she was like, oh my god, pump 2 to 3 hours. That you have to pump every 2 or 3 hours. She's like, you're gonna do amazing with pumping. Did you plan on breastfeeding? I was like, yeah, of course I did. I got some Mom Cozy hand-free pumps at home. And she was like, yeah, you're doing amazing. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited for you. I don't know why that made me laugh, but yeah. And then so they moved me from that room to another room, and they said basically I was gonna stay in that room until I get discharged from the hospital. So I moved to another room. It's a little smaller and things like that. And I had some really good nurses. I really did. They really took good care of me. And that was that Thursday. So that Friday, they was checking my C-section scar. My OBGYN came talk to me, and she said that pretty much I wasn't on no more oxygen that Friday. No more oxygen. They took me off the oxygen, and she said that my kidneys were doing amazing. They were producing the urine, and my urine was looking really good. And they you know, took a sample of my urine, and the protein in my urine dropped tremendously, like as if I didn't have no protein in my urine. And she said that she wants them to take the catheter out so I could start getting up to walk, to use the bathroom. They gave me stool softeners, things like that. They still was monitoring my blood pressure because it was still elevated. That magnesium was going down because they were taking blood tubes, going down in my body. And she just like came in encouraging me, asked me how I was feeling. And honestly, I'm about to cry again because I was having a hard time, because it went from physical to me to emotional, and I was crying every day. I cried every day in the hospital, and I still cry, but I felt like I was having postpartum depression. Like, if that's the best way to describe it, I feel like I definitely have it, because I wasn't sleeping. It has a point where that Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was not sleeping. Like, all I could think about is my son. Like, and how, like, I just can't believe all this happened so fast. And like, I'm just having a hard time because I'm gonna be alright. Like, obviously I'm doing great, but what about my son? I'm supposed to be taking care of my son. I can't even hold my son. He only 2 pounds. It was just a lot. And I just want to when I lay in that bed, I just cry. And like, it got to a point where I told Pete, just go home, just relax, go home, get to bed, get you some sleep. And it was really because I wanted to be alone so I could cry. Because I didn't want to cry for him. Like, I felt like I cried enough in front of him, but I didn't cry enough for my dad. You know, and I cried enough in front of his mom. All I do is cry. And I just, at that point, like, I didn't want to hear what's wrong. Like, I didn't know how to explain it. Like, this my son. he in the NICU. And I felt like I felt him as a mom because I wasn't healthy. I felt like I felt my son as a mom because I wasn't healthy. And now I'm doing better. But what about him? Is he gonna be okay? You know, it's not the experience I thought I would have. I didn't get to hold my son. I don't get to see him. I don't get to snuggle with him and hold him close and do skin to skin. It was just a lot. And he's telling me he can't come home, see 4 pounds. And they said 7 weeks in the NICU. And I'm like, that's my whole maternity leave. I'm supposed to be home with my son. I'm supposed to be home. This is the time I get to be off, to get paid. I ain't gotta worry about nothing financially. I'm gonna get paid. And I get to bond with my son. They paying me to bond with my son. And you were telling me that 7 of those weeks, he gotta be in the NICU. You know, and it's my fault. And I just feel like a great start to being a mom. What a great start to being a mom. Like, this is how I have to start off being a mom. You know? And I know he's not going to remember this. But I really feel like I had to really express that. You know? You know, and not just sad. Like, I'm happy that I have a son and I'm grateful. Some people don't even get to experience that. You know, or never get the experience being pregnant. Or never be able to get the experience having a baby. You know? And here I am, laying in the bed and can't get over the fact that I felt my son as a mom. And that I don't feel like nobody understands how I feel in this moment because I can't explain it. But I had my final breakdown in that hospital was when I started to walk. It took the catheter out. I was using the bathroom. I took a shower, pumping, taking my medicine, doing everything I can. I'm sitting up. I'm not laying down because I just want to get up and move around so that I could see my son. And I had this one nurse that I never want to have her ever again in her life. You never ever see her, I probably curse her the fuck out. Cause now you know, play in my face. But I was sitting up and I was ready and I told her at like 8:30. She's like, anything you need? Cause I was asking you anything, and I said no. I just need. Can you give me a wheelchair so I can go see my son? That was at 8 o'clock, 8:30 that morning. So my medicine, had my breakfast, everything. Sitting up waiting. She ain't never come back. Waiting. The tech cat came in to take my blood pressure, and I told her, I was like, she's like, you need anything? My blood pressure was fine. No, I was like, no, I just need a wheelchair so that I could go see my son, please. She's like, alright, I'm gonna go find you a wheelchair. And then she came back like 5 minutes later. She was like, I'm gonna have to go on the other side, but she was like, I'm gonna go find you a wheelchair. I was like, okay. And mind you, around that time, it was like 10 o'clock. It was like 11. Like, it was like late 10 o'clock too, so it was almost like 11. So she came back at 11:30. She came with the wheelchair. I had pumped twice for my son. So I had like 4 bottles for him. And I asked her, could she hold 2 bottles for me? And I put a bottle in my pocket and I held the other one. I asked her, could she hold 1? So she get ready to push me to go see my son to NICU. And my nurse was like, oh, I want to take her blood pressure before she go. So she took my blood pressure and it was elevated. And she was like, oh no, you're not going to be able to go to the NICU. I need you to get back in the bed and lay down and relax so we can monitor your blood pressure because it's elevated. And I'm like, you serious right now? I was like, ma'am, it's almost 12 o'clock. I've been sitting up since 8 o'clock in pain because I want to go see my son. I just want to go see my son. I said, I asked you 4 hours to go to give me a wheelchair so I can go see my son. She's like, well, you're not going to be able to see him right now because your blood pressure high, and we need to make sure we get your blood pressure levels down before you go to NICU. And I was like, you don't understand. Like, I want to go see my son. I've been sitting in this fucking bed. I've been sitting up in this fucking bed, ma'am, for 4 hours. I want to go see my fucking son. And she was like, I understand. I just need you to calm down. She was like, that's not going to help your blood pressure. I said, I don't give a fuck about my blood pressure. I want to see my son. And I'm like, we in the hallway, so I'm like really causing a fuckus, not a fuckus, like, but like, I'm really like causing a scene at this moment. I'm going head to head, toe to toe with this lady. I'm like, man, I'm not going to get back in that bed. I want to see my son. I walked to go, and mind you, like where my room was at, it was really far from the NICU, and I was just starting to walk, so I couldn't walk that far. That's why I needed the wheelchair. And I'm like telling this lady, like, man, I've been sitting up waiting all this time to go see my son. You telling me now I can't go see my son? My fucking blood pressure high because I've been sitting up when I should have been laying down for 4 fucking hours. But I've been sitting up in pain because I'm trying to ignore that I'm in physical pain because I want to go see my son. That's what matters to me. And she was like, well, I understand. She was like, but come on, go back in the room. Come in the room. She was like, because I don't, they have other patients. I said, I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. And then like I'm the type of person when I get mad, like I cry because. Like, I cry when I'm emotional. I cry when I'm pissed off. I cry when I'm happy. Like, I always shed tears. So, I start crying. And she was like, now you crying. I said, ma'am, don't fucking tell me nothing about crying. The fuck? Like, I was like, really? Like, you pissed me the fuck off. Like, I was like cursing and lay down and everything. And she was like, but I need you to go lay down to relax. Calm down. That's not going to help. She was like, you just going to see your son. I said, well, I've been sitting. I'm telling y'all. I cut up. And then I start crying. I'm just like, I just want to see my son. Like, it turned into something that should never have happened in the first place. And I'm crying. And I fucking just get on the phone. I call my daddy. And I'm like, my daddy, like, what's the matter? Like, what's wrong? Like, I just want to see my son. And they won't let me see my son because my blood pressure high. But I've been sitting up for, like, literally, I've been sitting up for 4 hours. I told this lady I want to go see my son at 8 o'clock. And it's 12 o'clock. And I still ain't been able to see my son. And that's all I want to do is see my son. That's all I want to do is see my son. My dad just like, relax, calm down. Like, no, I don't want to calm down. I want to see my son. And he was like, just calm down and relax. And I finally got back in the bed. And literally, Pete mama called me. And she was like, Gail, what's wrong? And I was like, that's all I kept saying. Like, I just want to go see my son. I just want to go see my son. And Pete called. I called Pete and told him what happened. And I got in the bed, and I was just like, you know what? Fuck this. Fuck that nurse. Fuck her. I told her, I can't wait for shift change. I don't want to be bothered with you. I got in the bed, and I laid down, and I went to sleep. And she came to my blood pressure again. It went down. She was like, see, I'm sorry, I was just trying to get you to understand that, you can't see him if your blood pressure high because you just had him 3 days ago. We just trying to make sure you okay. You went through a lot of health problems. Like, now she's trying to talk to me with this sweet, calming voice. And I'm like, bitch, I would slap the fuck out of you. Like, bitch, get out of my face. Like, ma'am, I would bat the piss out you right now. Like, you lucky I'm calm. And you lucky you would be able to be in my face when I'm calm. Because I probably would have beat you the fuck up an hour ago, ma'am. But yeah, I went to go. I was able to go see him, and I got to hold him. No, that was Saturday. I got to hold him for the first time Saturday. But Saturday I got to hold him, and Sunday I got to hold him, and I'm just like fast forwarding through these days, and Monday. They discharged me Monday. I was in the hospital for a whole 7 days. And now we're here. Now, today is October 17th. My son is going to be 3 weeks tomorrow. And he is doing so good. He's doing amazing. He is not on any oxygen at the moment, so he's completely off oxygen. This is the feeding tube out his mouth, put it in his nose. He is 33 weeks because they still look at babies. It's like it's if they measure them by like the pregnancy. So like they look at him as a 33-week-old baby tomorrow. And at 34 weeks, he'll be taking a bottle. And I think my baby will be home in 35 weeks. But that is my 3rd trimester / labor and delivery story. And yeah, very emotional, very traumatic, very much a lot. I am doing great. You see my hands. I will show you guys my feet, but my hands, I have no I am not swollen anymore at all. And you can still kind of see the scar for where they had my IV right here, and they had another one right here as well. And I had one in my hand. I still got like a little, what you call them, right here. But where it was at, but no swelling. My nose just went down and stuff like that. I feel great. I am pumping a lot of milk these days, and I feel like I'm doing great to be postpartum. The only thing I will say is that being a NICU mom is hard, especially when you are recovering. But to see your baby grow and to see your baby like get better. My baby is now 3 pounds. He turned 3 pounds on yesterday, so that's amazing. And I am just so happy that it turned out the way it did. Being a NICU mom has it's definitely challenging. But to anybody out there that's experiencing NICU at the moment or experiencing NICU in the future, just know that it gets better. Especially when your baby does better, it gets better. The hardest thing for me about being a NICU mom is when I like get dressed and I get myself together to go see my son. Like I'm very much excited, I'm very much happy, and like leaving him there is very sad. But he's doing amazing. He can come home when he's 4 pounds. So hopefully my son will be 4 pounds by definitely the end of this week. And he should be home in 35 weeks, because the only thing left from him being 4 pounds is that he had to take a bottle. He is not on any oxygen, like I told you guys, and he's doing amazing. My beautiful baby, I love you. You are so strong. You make me proud to be your mom because you're so strong. And like, I just cannot believe that you're my son, and I am so grateful for you. And I'm trying not to cry, but I just feel so blessed to have you as my son. Because you're mine. You're my baby. And I promise to love you and protect you and guide you and keep you safe. And never let anyone or anything harm you. I will fucking kill a bitch for you, okay? I'm not playing no games by my son. I'm not playing no games by my son. My baby, my handsome man, my beautiful baby. Because that's why I talk to him. I say, my beautiful baby. Oh, yes, you is. And he know my voice. And it's just like, he know when I'm there. And I stalk that NICU camera when I'm not there. I really do. And I call them nurses and I'm like, listen, I can't see my son. Oh, can y'all turn him over? One day they had him like wrapped up and I was like, can y'all take that off him? He don't like it. And they know I'm one of those parents that's like very involved in his health, very involved in everything, and they know I'm coming to see you every day. They know, and they call me like if I'm like right now is 10 o'clock. I'm gonna go see him for 12. They call me at like be like, oh, you know, just wanted to let you know he's so amazing. Everybody say you was such a good baby and you're so easy, and they love you. Your nurses love you. They gonna have a hard time letting you go because they love you, and everybody say you just so cute and handsome. And they got this little thing where it has his name on there, and it like have his weight and how many grams he is and stuff, and they got a little crown above his name, and like his goals is to grow and grow, bottle feed, and to stay handsome. That's his goals. But you know, obviously this has been a very emotional video, and I just wanted to leave on a high note. I wanted to leave, you know, uplifting new moms out there. Anyone that's pregnant that has had a similar story to me, anyone dealing with any health issues with pregnancy, just know that your doctors have your best interest, your OBGYN has your best interest, and that everything is going to be okay. And all you have to do is continue to believe, keep your faith, and stay prayed up, and just know everything's going to be fine. But that is my official third trimester / labor delivery / hospital stay / update on baby boy, my handsome baby, / postpartum depression a little bit. We've talked about that, you know, but I just want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel, for tuning into my video. Like, comment, subscribe if you have any questions, any words of encouragement. And I'll see you guys in the next video today. But thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. It's Jissy, aka J Super Cool. You know, I'm always blessed, I'm never stressed. And I'm a whole mom out here. I'm a mom now. I'm a mom out here in these streets. I'm a baby Swiss mom. And I thank you guys so much for tuning in. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.